Hello, my name is Marco Branzanti. I'm from AXELTECH, and today we're going to talk about our CG product DLG Plus and how to use REST API commands to control it remotely. So I will assume that you are familiar with our product, which allows you to use it as a CG product to send to your video mixer for production or to use for channel branding as a logo generator. Okay. And you can use REST API commands to control it remotely. You would use this maybe to connect it to a third-party automation system or to develop your own software or your own application, maybe for game shows or other things. So let's start. If you go into the Setup menu, on the right side, you will see REST. And if you open the Help page, it will actually open your web browser and give you the list of all the available commands that you can use in order to, achieve your goals. So how do you send REST API commands? A REST API commands is a command sent through the network, through the LAN or through internet, through a connection, and it's a HTTP request. So very easily, let's start with a very simple command, which would be our is alive. Doesn't do anything, just replies to you. So what I'm going to do is get that command. I got it here, pasted on my notepad. Or if you go with the get, you can actually get it from here. So this is the complete command, okay? And if you copy and paste to any web browser, I'm using Firefox here, and you send it, and there you have it. So the system replies with the current date and time. And just to tell you, if it does reply, it means that the application is okay and it's responding. Of course, you have to insert the right IP address. In this case, I have this board over here, but I could use the 127.0.0.1 to communicate with the local machine. It's actually the same. Or if you're connected on the network, just put the IP address. Another thing is the port used by our REST API is port 8090. It must be opened on the firewall. So, well, sometimes if you declare that the application can use the port, it's enough. Or if you want to make it more sure, you just go in your inbound rule, you give a new rule, just a port. The port is TCP/IP, you put in the port number and give a name. And as you see, I've already done this, and I have my port here open for external connections. Okay, so what else can you do? Well, I can send other commands. So this is information command. So this is one, get channels. If I send this one, the system will reply with channels names. I can do, the syntax is usually your command, and then you will have your question mark with additional parameters, and after that you use the and symbol. So I will want it in a more readable format, which is a JSON, and I'm going to tell you reply in a JSON way. And here you have it. So channel 1, the index is 1, the name, and so forth. This is the list of our channels. What is this? Well, it's the list of our hardware channels over here. Oh, I'm sorry. So there's another way to send the commands. There's an internal tool, which is kind of interesting, which is this one over here. And there you have it. And so you can use this in the same way, just to navigate. So the get channel will need a channel name, and I'm going to put the channel name here, which is channel 1. We've seen that with a space. Okay, and I'm going to go get. And there you have some information on what's happening on your channel. Get channel status with the channel name. It's going to be the same, channel 1. And you go get, and that's what you're going to get. Okay, so you can also use this tool to send your commands. I'm going to use the web browser just so you see what's going on in the web browser. Okay, let's go back to our list of commands and see some other more useful commands. So channel name, let's go with this one. Okay, we didn't see this. Control V, that would be your channel, get pages. Get pages actually tells you all the pages which are loaded into the system. Let's see the pages, and you see them over here, and you kind of get the numbers, okay? You get your labels, your descriptions, and so forth. So you do have an idea of what pages are already loaded into the system, okay? With an index and with a name. Let's go on. The first thing I want to do is remotely control my system and put a page on there, okay? So I want to show you that to put a CG page on there, I use the command, which is the take page. In this case, I need to give the system a channel name. Let's see them here. The take page is this guy over here, returns whether the page is on there with the parameters. You need the channel name and the page name, okay? So in this case, if I copy and paste this guy, I'm going to put page 2 on here, okay? Let's see it. I'm going to make it smaller. I'm going to go like this so you can actually see something on here, okay? And I'm going to paste this here. So what is going to be the effect on the channel 1? I'm going to get page 2, and page 2 is the 2 number over here, okay? So let's press enter, and there you have page 2, which is on here. And as you see, the GUI updates because it's like if I was pressing directly on the buttons. And you can specify page with the number, and that's uniquely defined, and that's the best way of doing it in order not to have ambiguity in the commands. But you can also use simple numbers, okay? And it's actually the same. Let's clear everything, and I'll show you that I will get the same effect, of course, okay? And then let's take a blank, and the last way is using names, so the descriptions of the pages. So if I'm going to go with the DLG, the system is going to put on there the page number 3, which is actually the DLG, okay? Let's see what I have next. Okay, the numbers, as you know, in the DLG are mutually exclusive. Only one page can go on there at a time. So if I am on there with page 7 and I go on there with page 8, 7 will disappear and 8 will actually reappear. As you see, I have the CG Live bitmap on there, and that stays on there. Why? Because when the system switches from one page to the other, it does a smart comparison. It analyzes all the items in that page, and if there are common items, and leaves them on air in order not to create the ping pong effect. Okay, letters are different because letters can actually go on air all at the same time. So if I press on A, I put it on air. If I press on B, I put it on air. I press on C, and so forth, and then I can turn them off. So here we need to talk a little about layers. What does this mean? That all number pages actually work on the same layer. And when I take a page on the same layer, it will do the smart comparison. While the letter page, all are working on different and independent layers. So there will not be any smart comparison when different letters go on there. So let's try to put on there a letter. To put on there a letter, I'm going to use the same just a second. Before I want to show you if I have a number on here, I can actually remove that page, okay, and simply sending the take blank page, and that's how to put a no page on here, and there you have it, and simply it's like pressing the letter B. Okay, and now let's go with letters. I'm still using to take the letter pages, okay, which are these one over here, and it's this one over here, sorry, okay. So take a page, and I'm using as a page name logo, which is a letter, and it's the letter D. So if I put that on there, it didn't go on there. Why? Page name, I didn't paste it correctly. Logo. Take page. No, sorry, it was a clear multi-page. It was wrong. I didn't paste it correctly, or it wasn't formatted correctly. Yeah, let's do it like this. Sorry, my mistake. Huh? Control A, Control V, and I'm going to put logo on here. And there you have the logo on here. But this one cannot be removed with the take blank page because it's on this side. And there's a special command to remove letters. Let's see if I can find it. It was clear page layer. No, it was something like this. I have to look for it. Sorry, I didn't write it down. So let's see what it is. It's clear multi-page command. There you have it. Okay. So the clear multi-page command, let's go and get it completely. So this would be my command, Control C. This is what I need to do. So the page name is the logo, and the channel name is channel 01, channel 1, like that. And as you see, I can take out that page. So just want to specify that a take page with letters, so in the non-mutually exclusive mode, it can be removed, specifying the clear multi-page command. Okay, I do have other types of commands which are kind of nice, which are the clear all pages. So I can, if I have multi-pages here like that, I can actually use the command which is clear all multi-pages. Okay, let's do that. So clear all multi-pages. Okay, let's see, what was it? Name. Let's see. Uguale. Yeah. Okay, let's see if it worked. It did. Oh yeah, it did. See, very good. So I cleared all the multi-pages. And there's another command which is interesting, which is like clear all pages. This will actually clear both the multi-page and the single page selection. So as you see, single and multi. Single is this guy over here. Multi-page is this guy over here. Very well. Let's go on with other commands. And I have this one to show you. There's what is called, the command is take remote page. So a take remote page will actually put on air a project which is not assigned to any letters or numbers, but is just saved on the computer. So where do I have that? I'm going to show you. On my desktop, I'm going up. I have my Excel CG samples, and inside here I have my projects, which is an ACG. These can be saved also from the DLG if you go in pages and you go like save as, and you can save your ACG outside of the computer. And you can also air directly, and I will show you how that works. So I'm telling him, take a remote page, which is not assigned to a number, but you also, so this would be the file, that's the syntax, but you also have to assign it to a layer. Why? Because it's not a predefined layer. It's not a single page selection layer, nor it's a multi-page selection layer, because these are assigned with numbers. So you can give any name to that layer and just put it on there. Let's do that. And I'm going here and copying my command, and there you have it. It's on there. But as you see, you're not actually pressing any button on the GUI, and there's no control over this. I don't have a way of clearing this layer if not exiting the application and going back in, since it was sent with a remote command. So the calling application will have to manage all of this, also clearing the layer when it needs to. And there's a command for that, which is just the clear page layer, okay, specifying the layer that I specified before, which is called my layer. And in this case, when I send it, of course, the layer will be cleared. So you can use files which are saved on disks in order to, and use those templates and send them on air, but they have to be used on, let's say, custom layers, user-defined layers, and the user is in charge also of clearing that layer. And you can use the get information commands on the layers to see which layer is, which pages are on air and so forth, but you will have to do this. Let's go with the last one. The last one is we're going to use a take page, okay, but we're also going to pass dynamic data to it. This means that we're going to change the information inside that page. So I made a page here, which is actually my first page, which is called text, and I created two texts, and I left to the texts the default name, which is created, but you can actually change that and actually change the name of the item, text 1 and 2. In this case, I can use it like name and position to do your lower thirds, etc. And so if I put that on here, of course, you will see that it goes on there with the default text that was in the template. But I can use the take page, specifying the channel name, specifying the name of the page. In this case, I'm using page 1, and I remember that you can use the page with a number or a page with actually letters start from number 500. I didn't tell this. So the A, capital A, will be 501, page 501. Capital B will be page 502, and so forth. And then it goes on until you have also small caps as well. But you can use also the number, so directly with no page in front, 1, 2, 3, ABC, or the name of the description of the page. But of course, you have to be careful in order to use unique identifiers, or you won't know which page will actually go on here. The syntax that allows you direct access to that page, whatever the name or the number is page with its relative number from 1 to 99 and from 501 to 550. So let me go on. And then what else? Well, I'm telling to change text 1 object with hello world and text 2 object with Axel. Okay, so if I do this and I'm copying here, that's how I actually put a page on there, changing the naming, the text in the name, dynamic text. And if I'm already on there and I resend the command with a different text, the system will just update the text which has been changed. So this is actually how you can remote control your application. We support for text, of course, direct text, but for any object which actually supports a path rather than a text, you can use the same syntax to change that. For example, if I put a bitmap on there, it will have a path on the disk, and if I want to change the bitmap, I just need to use the item name, which can be media 1, for example, and then specify the new path, and that image, animation, background, or whatever will go on there. This works also for crawls and text and tickers, which actually pick up their content, their data content from a file. For example, a crawl, which actually is generated from a text file or an Excel file. I can actually change that. And tell them crawl 1 and pointing to the new file, and the system will start displaying the text in that file. Okay, so I can use text as dynamic data, but for the objects which are connected as a source to a specific path to a file, I can change that interactively. Very well. So I want to show you a very simple application that you can find in our samples folder, which is called DLGPLUS generic macro. Okay, this is a file, an ODS file, which is a LibreOffice document. So you need to install LibreOffice, which is like a software to edit documents, the alternative to Office, and it's free of charge. So if you install it, you can open the spreadsheet that I've made. Okay, in this spreadsheet, actually, we've included some macros. And inside the macros, what we've done over here is we've built some features and some functions, which is, okay, our take page, that's a main command, okay? And simply the system actually sends the command and the formatting. We'll see that, how to do that. And then I have the clear commands, which are clear all multi-pages, clear all the pages, and take the blank page. So take the blank page will clear number pages, clear all multi-pages will clear the letter pages, and clear all pages will actually execute both commands. So these are the 4 macro commands that are developed inside this spreadsheet. And what you need to do on your system in order to use it is to assign some shortcuts to those in order to control it. Let's see if I remember. I think it was here. You go in Customize, you go into the keyboard, and then you select, let's say, the keys that you want to assign. I actually assign Control 3, I think. Yeah, so you go in Control 3, and then you go down, you find your macros, you find your DLG macros, doesn't matter, I don't have JRE, no problem, standard, and here you will select I set the take page, and what you do is you click on modify if you want to modify, and you assign it to Control 3. So Control 3 will be my take page. And then I assign my clear commands to Control 7, which is the take blank page, Control 8, clear all multi-pages, and Control 9. Once you've assigned this to the keyboard, you can actually start using this spreadsheet. Let's see what it does. So I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to actually show you here. Maybe make it a little smaller. So the first thing that you can do in the spreadsheet is you put your IP commands. If you're on the network, you can use the IP of the machine. As you see, I've put a channel number here. So this is the channel number in DLG. You have some notes that help you. And here you will have a log of the last command that was sent with the date and time and the actual syntax that the system used, okay? And the response, if it receives a response. And how does it work? Well, let's say I want to put on here, okay, let's start with the clear. I'm going to go Control 9 and clear all. Oh, I pressed Control 9 and I got a clear command. So now I'm going to put page 1 on there. Just look at the left column for now, and then we'll look at the rest. So if I want to put page 1 on there, I go Control 3, which is my take page, and it goes on there. And actually, you see that the system already changed the text1 object and text2 object with the content of the cell. So if I write hello world here, and I actually, on that row, I press Control 3, oh, I get an update. If I want page 2 on here, I Control 3, I'll get page 2. If I want page 4, Control 3, I get page 4 on here, okay? And if I want to clear it, Control 9, that's what I do. 502 is just my page, my B page, okay? But you can, I'm using the page syntax here. And so if I put that on there, I'm going to get, yeah, you see it, my B on there. And my 501, I can put Axel here, and I can press the Control 3 and get my A page on here. Let's say I want to do just clear them out. Control 8 clears them out. And as you see, you can put your page number here. So I'm going to put now page 9 on there. And with the Control 3, I'm going to get that, okay? And if you have some text, maybe you have an item which is called, I don't know, like test 1. This is an item inside your page, so that would be the name of the item, and you want to change that. And you can interactively define, not many, I think about 10 different. And I have a lot of customers that started with this very simple spreadsheet and actually have customized it to use it into game shows. And so you can put the page numbers that you need here. You can put the item names that you need here, and interactively we'll use this. And you can use this spreadsheet also on a computer in your office and remote control the actual DLG Plus machine, which is in your master control room, and so actually figure out how to do some nice things. It's not a real application, a compiled application, but you can use the spreadsheet actually to almost achieve the same results from a dedicated app, and you can use all the features of the spreadsheet, formulas or calculations, and automatic features that are kind of cool. A spreadsheet has a lot of these built in, and use those features actually to help you manage your remote control of DLG. I hope I was clear enough. If you have any information request or you have any doubts, you can write to our support department. We'll be happy to reply. Thank you very much.